A uniform dress code has been a constant debate amongst high schools across the U.S. for a great deal of time now. According to an ongoing debate at debate.org on whether students should wear uniforms to high school or not, 51% of people voted for uniforms, while the remaining 49% of people voted against uniforms. Clearly, based off these percentages, this is a much debated topic with many arguments including gangs, self-expression of the students, as well as focus on the bigger picture, which is achieving an education. Now, while clothing may seem to be a minuscule problem in the education system, it has played a great role on the self-esteem of students. According to a poll taken by debate.org, 69% of students feel uniforms stop them from expressing themselves, and this creates a lack of self-esteem in schools. Now, school may not be the most interesting topic for young adolescents who don't quite understand the importance of school or in education. It is important that they find something interesting that'll get their self-esteem up while attending school, which to many can be done through clothing. Also, many pupils meet new friends based off what another person is wearing. Take, for example, two students who are both wearing a Detroit Lions t-shirt. These students have now found common similarities in their hobbies, which could be football or just sports in general, which could then open up a window for conversation, in turn helping students make friends based off the other's dress. Now, many say an open dress code could lead to bullying, but Robin Silverman, a child teen development specialist, expressed that even with uniforms, students will still be teased on who wore the uniform better. Also, she expressed that uniforms are made in one style, while students' body shapes vary from tall, short, skinny, or husky, which could make certain body types more uncomfortable than others, making uniforms an unfair position for other students, while an open dress code will allow each student to dress comfortably. Many school boards, on the other hand, feel that dress codes can be a distraction to the learning process of students because they will be more worried about what to wear rather than what to study. Due to this result, there has been an increase in the number of public schools requiring a dress code. For example, I have this graph here, which contains information obtained from the National Center for Education Statistics. Now, the graph was titled Percentage of U.S. Schools Requiring Uniforms. Now, this graph goes by data of percentages over years. As of 1999 to the year of 2000, 11.8% of public schools required uniforms for students. As of 2003 to 2006, 13.8% of schools required uniforms for students. Now, from 2007 to 2008, we see a huge jump to 17.5% of schools requiring students to wear uniforms. And as of 2009 to 2010, yet another increase to 18.9% of schools requiring students to wear uniforms. Freedom of expression and clothing has been a fault in many schools due to the fact that many students abuse this privilege by using dress code as a means of expressing gang affiliations, whether this be through the color of their t-shirts or just symbols on their clothing. In some schools, this has led to violence amongst rival gangs, as well as students who aren't affiliated in any gangs being attacked by gang members. School dress code has been viewed from also a financial standpoint. Schools with uniforms save hundreds of dollars for parents and students on clothing. Because of what they wear, some uniforms can save students several $100s by wearing the same uniform on a day-to-day basis rather than trying to shop for new clothes to mix and match throughout the days. Michelle Borbra, an education specialist, expressed with NBS Today that with uniforms in place, students can meet others by who the person is on the inside rather than viewing them from an external, more materialistic point of view, such as shoes or clothing. Also, when students are in an open dress code setting, they tend to get a little too comfortable with what they are wearing. For example, take a student, a female, who comes to school in a low-cut shirt with cleavage clearly visible. This could be a distraction to not only the peers of that student, but also disciplinary action against that student for violating dress code with the cleavage could result to the removal of class as well as suspensions in and out of school, causing that student to miss out on valuable school material and study time. Now, this debate can come down to a more personal point of view. For example, I have attended a charter school for 3 years of my high school, which required me to wear long black khaki pants and a blue polo t-shirt. This to me seemed pretty uncomfortable. But as I attended a public school for my 4th year of high school, I was allowed to dress any way I wanted. Any t-shirt, sweatpants, it didn't matter. Now, as time went on and I became more comfortable getting to wear anything I wanted, it became annoying to wake up early every morning and try to find out what I wanted to wear for that day of school. So clearly there were both pros and cons to this. Also, at the public school I was allowed to wear shorts, while the charter school I was not. So when the springtime came around and there was scorching heat, I was allowed to wear shorts and mix and match my days so I wasn't beat up by this heat. So clearly, when it comes to school uniforms, it's extremely important parents and students take into consideration the dress code of schools, which can play a big role on the learning environment of students.